Good morning, if you're there. Yeah, a minute or two late. One of those things, you know. Good morning, if you're there. It's a Monday. Yes, I know it's Monday. It's Monday. It's Monday. What a Monday it's been so far. Because that's how they are, you know. So, how y'all doing? Welcome to the channel. My name's Brian, as you can see right there. I'm a poet. And on this channel, we do poetry. And, sometimes I do mine, Most of the time, I like to feature other people's poetry with a twist. I take old stuff and I make it new by using AI. Yes, it's not called artificial intelligence anymore. I heard say advanced intelligence. And making music out of it, songs. Yeah, it's definitely Monday. It fucking feels like one. Sorry, I'm I'm only a minute and it's not like I'm monetized or have. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, it is a Monday. And, well, I was supposed to be here on Friday and I got sick. Apparently, it was either I caught something combined with eating something that I shouldn't have. McDonald's. Well, probably shouldn't eat McDonald's anyways because, I need to lose weight. But it was on the way home. And they're doing the 2 double cheeseburgers for $5. And, in today's economy, that ain't too bad. Chat here? Okay, I don't see it. Well, hopefully I'll see it. How is it going? How's it going? All right, so I got a special show for you today. Because, usually on Fridays we do the redo and review or the Redux and review. Well, we're doing it today because I was sick on Friday. And, yeah. So, I know I'm supposed to say this stuff. Everything we do here is fair use. Blah, blah, blah. Like and subscribe. We're still at 451. Probably going to be at 451 for a while. Who knows? There's no rhyme nor reason. The only rhymes are in the ones we play in the songs. So, what are we going to start with today? Since I don't have anything to share screen, that is. Let's go here. Let's go to this folder here. I have to see which ones they are. Okay. How do we do this? Do we do, because I'm telling you, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There's 23 tracks altogether. Well, let's just go. We'll just start out with Do Food, a short poem. This one was pretty cool.
I was stubborn by nature and addicted to perfect lines. Fought to the death to find words that startle. Now in old age my poems flow out freely the way flowers and birds forget deep sorrow in spring. A new water pavilion has been built for fishing with a rod. I choose to use a bamboo raft instead of a boat. If only my thoughts were guided by poet's Talon's eye, we'd travel and together write poems. Oh. been built for fishing with a rod. I choose to use a bamboo raft instead of a boat. If only my thoughts were guided by poets' talons, we'd travel and together write poems. Oh, a new water pavilion has been built for fishing with a rod. I choose to use a bamboo raft instead of a boat. If only my thoughts were guided by poets' talons, we'd travel and together write poems. Oh, we'd travel and together write poems.
Oh yeah, definitely one of the standout tracks of the week. For some reason, Chad, I cannot see you in my chat, so I'm not ignoring you. How's it going, my man? Yeah, I like these standout ones, and heck, even the ones I actually redid. Here, let me. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's do back and forth. All right, we'll do one of the standout ones from the week, and then we'll do one. Oh, and this is a Jack Kerouac. We'll do the remixes. Jack Kerouac. I forgot what I did it as, so it's let's play it. Oh yeah! So, let's read it.
The wheel of the quivering meat conception turns in the void, expelling human beings. Pigs, turtles, frogs, insects, nits, mice, lice, lizards, rats, road. Racing horses, boxy bucolic picnics, horrible unnameable lies of vultures, murderous attacking dog armies of Africa, rhinos roaming in the jungle, vast boars and huge gigantic bulls, elephants, rams, eagles, condors, pones, and porcupines and bells. All the endless conception of living beings, gnashing everywhere in consciousness, throughout the 10 directions of space, occupying all the quarters in and out, from super microscopic notebook to huge galaxy light year bell, illuminating the sky of one mind. Poor I wish I was free of that slaving mate will. Safe in heaven,
All of that. Hey, man, how is it going, my friend? Nice for you to join us. Yeah, this is our redo and review that I was supposed to do on Friday, but we're doing it on a Monday because I was sick on Friday. So, but yeah, so we went from country to freaking roast your face off metal, and we've got techno, and we've got bluegrass, and we got blues, and we got this, that, and the other. Oh, the standout ones from this past couple weeks were just freaking stand out. And then I redid that one like Jack Kerouac. Never thought I'd have a Jack Kerouac on this one because, he's more known for his fiction or his prose. Yells over now. Music. Oh, wrong folder. All right. So, this is All the World is Stage. Shakes. Yes, Hounds. I am feeling 100% better. Thank you for asking. All right. This is a standout one, and I forgot exactly what it sounds like, so it's like we're hearing them again.
All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts, his act speed being 7 ages at first, the infant mewling and puking in the nurse's arms. Then the whining schoolboy, with his satchel and shining morning face, creeping like snail, unwillingly to school. And then the lover, sighing like Furnace, with a woeful ballad made to his mistress' eyebrow. Then a soldier, full of strange oaths and bearded like the part, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation, even in the cannon's mouth. And then the justice in fair round belly, with good cape on line, with eyes severe and beard, a formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances. And so he plays his part. The 6th age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon, with spectacles on nose and pouch on side. His youthful hose well saved a world too wide for his shrunk shank, and his big manly voice turning again toward childish treble pipes, and whistles in his sound lost scene of all that ends this strange eventful history. His second childishness and near oblivion, sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything.
Yeah, very mysterious. I mean, I like that bass line, that bass riff. I've never played Skyrim, so. And good morning, Big
Your
Chief.
device isn't set up yet. To get started, download the Google Home app on a phone or tablet.
Passive listening motherfuckers. That's why I bitch Google out all the time. Maybe that's why I don't have new subscribers. Oh, because I give Google and YouTube the freaking rough side of my tongue at every freaking opportunity because I know the bastards are passively listening to us. That's how they gather data on us. For the most part, it's benign, but you know, there's that freaking. Yes, definitely a great Bard song. So yeah, so when I tell Google to go F itself, I do it mainly, partially to be a crotchety old fart. And because, I know they're listening, so Google can go F himself. All right. This is A Little Boy's Dream by Catherine Mansfield. I don't remember what genre I did this one in. So, hey, redo.
To and fro, to and fro, in my little boat I go, sailing far across the sea, all alone, just little me, and the sea is big and strong, and the journey very long, to and fro, to and fro, in my little boat I go. Sea and sky, quietly on the deck I lie, having just and sat upright. They were in the rocking chair, mother's arms around him tight.
Now that had an interesting ending. Yes, definitely scary cool. Definitely scary cool. How's it going, Mark? Glad you can join us, Sophia. I saw you put another video out. So I'll probably say the same thing. I miss the ocean. That song made me miss the ocean. Hey, Netmaster. How is it going? Yeah, that was the, the heavy bluesy classic rock Sammy Hagar type stuff. That song, listen to that made me want to go buy a drum kit. Oh, maybe eventually when I don't have other stuff to do. All right, so that was our second one there. All right, then let's go back here. Oh, this is a Robert Frost, An Old Man's Winter Night.
All out of doors looked darkly in at him. Through the thin frost, almost in separate stars, that gathers on the pane in empty rooms. What kept his eyes from giving back the gaze was the lamp tilted near them in his hand. What kept him from remembering what it was that brought him to that creaking room was age. He stood with barrels round him at a loss, and having scared the cellar under him, in clomping there he scared it once again, in clomping off and scared the outer night, which has its sounds familiar like the roar of trees and crack of branches, common things, but nothing so like beating on a box. A light he was to no one but himself, where now he sat, concerned with he knew what. A quiet light, and then not even that. He consigned to the moon, such as she was, so late arising to the broken moon, as better than the sun in any case for such a charge. Such a charge is snow upon the roof, is icicles along the wall to keep, and slept the log that shifted with a jolt once in the stove, disturbed him and he shifted and eased his heavy breathing, but still slept. One aged man, one man can't keep a house, a farm, a countryside, or if he can, it's thus he does it of a winter winter night.
I see exactly what he is writing about. A New England snowy winter night being cold. That's pretty cool. Oh, Maya, how are you? Oh, I've been wondering what you done with yourself. I'm glad you showed up. Showed up for a good one. Because I was originally supposed to play this stuff on Friday, but I got sick. So we're starting off with a Monday with a very unique selection of tracks from. Yeah, they just bounce around mostly. You know, in a New England winter. Yeah, he wrote a lot about New England in winter. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I hope you like what you're hearing so far, because this has been some cool. This has been a journey, and so yeah. Okay, this week just going to do regular stuff. Just remember, I start back to classes on Friday at 9:00. So this Friday, I'm working on a special presentation, The Man from Snowy River. I think it was like last week's Spud, dude from freaking Australia that comes on here every once in a while and says hi. Yeah, it's a long one. So yeah, I'm working out the personas to use, because I want the voices because I can do it in two parts, but I want the voices in the two parts to sound the same, and right now they're not. All right, so yeah, that's a long explanation for what to expect on Friday, because it's going to be a regular just hour, because I got class. Speaking of Down Under, how are you doing? Yeah, so Friday, be sure to tune in. The Man from Snowy River. I got to finish working on it though. I thought I had it done, but I was listening to it and I'm like, no, I got to redo this part. So yeah, more work to do. Okay, that was An Old Man on Winter Night. A Private. All right, A Private, Edward Thomas. This is a redo.
This plowman dead in battle slept out of doors many a frozen night, and merrily answered staid drinkers, good bedmen and all boors, at Mrs. Greenland's hawthorn bush. Said he, I slept, none knew which bush above the town. Beyond the drover, 100 spot the down, in Wiltshire, and where now at last he sleeps, more sound in France that to his secret keeps. This plowman dead in battle slept out of doors many a frozen night, and merrily answered staid drinkers, good bedmen and all boors, at Mrs. Greenland's hawthorn bush. Said he, I slept, none knew which bush above the town. Beyond the drover, 100 spot the down, in Wiltshire, and where now at last he sleeps, more sound in France that to his secret keeps.
of the Down in Wiltshire, and where now at last he sleeps, more sound in France that to his secret keeps.
All right, let me get control of myself here. Because, okay, I'm come from hillbilly stock, right? From Appalachia, and the particular part of Appalachia I come from was settled by the Scots-Irish. So, yes, hearing that, I'm getting a little emotional here, does connect with that Celtic blood in me, you know? Yes, I will post that one as a short. It's actually 2 minutes, and it's short length, so yeah, that's I told you today's show is freaking phenomenal as far as I'm concerned. All right, that was a redo. Now we're going back to the review. Childhood, Margaret Walker.
When I was a child, I knew red miners, dressed raggedly and wearing carbide lamps. I saw them come down red hills to their camps, dyed with red dust from old Escuda mines. Night after night I met them on the roads or on the streets in town. I caught their glance, the swing of dinner buckets in their hands, and grumbling undermining all their words. I also lived in low cotton country, where moonlight hovered over ripe haystacks, or stumps of trees and croppers' rotting shacks, with famine, terror, flood, and plague nearby, where sentiment and hatred still held sway, and only bitter land was washed away. Where I was a child, I knew red miners, dressed raggedly and wearing carbide lamps. I saw them come down red hills to their camps, dyed with the red dust from old Escuda mines. Night after night I met them on the roads or on the streets in town. I caught their glance, the swing of dinner buckets in their hands, and grumbling undermining all their words. I also lived in low cotton country, where moonlight hovered over ripe haystacks, or stumps of trees and croppers' rotting shacks, with famine, terror, flood, and plague nearby, where sentiment and hatred still held sway, and only bitter land was washed away. Was washed away. When I was a child, I knew red miners, dressed raggedly and wearing carbide winds.
That's what good poetry is supposed to do. It's supposed to, make you see things. Yeah, unnecessary stress. Yep, that's modern life, especially these days. Unnecessary stress. Oh, that's why we're here to, I wouldn't say distract, but forget, maybe, I don't know. That was a private. Okay, here is, this was from a while back. Aftermath. Here, I don't remember what that one is. All right. notes so I don't forget to post that one later. Here we go. All right, Aftermath. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. This is a redo.
When the summer fields are mown, when the birds are fledged and flown, and the dry leaves strew the path, with the falling of the snow, with the cawing of the crow, once again the fields we mow and gather in the aftermath. Not the sweet new grass with flowers is this harvesting of ours, not the upland clover bloom, but the rowan mixed with weeds, tangled tufts from marsh and meads, where the poppy drops its seeds in the silence and the gloom. When the summer fields are mown,
It's been so hot and dry here the past past month or so that there's really no place around here that I would go swimming. Maybe up to the lake, but everything's down. It's hot. So yes, I am envious, Sophia. How's it going, Fila? You've showed up for a very good show. It's been a freaking. Just keep on listening. Enough jibber jabber. let's go ahead and play the next one. Okay, so that was Aftermath. So we're going back and forth. That was This is Deep-Hearted Days. Oliver Wendell Holmes.
Yesterday parted, cherished days, could memories hand restore your morning light, your evening rays from time's gray urn once more? Then might this restless heart be still, this straining eye might close, and hope her fainting pinions fold, while the fair phantoms rose. But like a child in ocean's arms, we strive against the stream, each moment farther from the shore, where life's young fountains gleam. Each moment fain to wave the fields, and wider rose the sea. The mist grows dark, the sun goes down, day breaks, and where are we?
Yeah, a very noir Deadpool fighting gangsters like the see there, mom, you know, see here, see. Oh yeah. Yeah, that one stood out. That reminded me a lot of Nat King Cole. Yeah, Noir Pool. I'm glad I've used myself so easily sometimes. If I didn't, I'd probably end up crying. All right. That was Departed Days. Now, we're going to a redo here. Ooh, Dufu. Did I do? Yes, this is the second Dufu of the thingy. Alone Looking for Blossoms.
The sorrow of riverside blossoms inexplicable, and nowhere to complain. I've gone half crazy. I look up our southern neighbor, but my friend in wine. Gone 10 days drinking, I find only an empty bed. A thick frenzy of blossoms shrouding the riverside. I stroll twisting dangerously in full fear of spring. Poems whine, even this profusely driven I endure. Arrangements for this old white-haired man can wait. A deep river, 2 or 3 houses in bamboo quiet, and such goings on. Red blossoms glaring with white. Among spring's vociferous glories, I too have my place, with a lovely wine bidding life's affairs bon voyage. Looking east to show its smoke filled with blossoms, I admire that stately Poe who winds shop even more, to empty golden wine cups, calling such beautiful dancing girls to embroidered mats. Who could bear it? East of the river, before Abbot Huang's grave, spring is a frail splendor among gentle breezes. In this crush of peach blossoms opening ownerless, shall I treasure light reds or treasure them dark? At Madame Huang's house, blossoms fill the paths. Thousands, tens of thousands, haul the branches down, and butterflies linger playfully and unbroken, dance floating to songs orioles sing at their ease. I don't so love blossoms, I want to die, I'm afraid. Once they are gone of old age, still more impetuous, and they scatter gladly by the branchful. Let's talk things over, little buds, open delicately, sparingly.
You know, that one didn't seem like it was like over 5 minutes long. That freaking horn solo at the end, freaking awesomeness. That reminds me of I saw it used to a couple summers ago or sometime last year. This woman musician she was doing this concert it was in Paris, and it was like this is a really fancy building with a courtyard in the middle of it, and she was playing her concert there in the courtyard in the middle. Just phenomenal music. It was, new wavy, new age. I don't know what you would call it, but it would sound a lot like that, what she was doing. So it also reminds me of these producers that did this back in the early aughts. They had this group they did this thing called Balagomingo. I think it's from Canada. And it was really cool. I have to look those up again. But yeah, sounded like that. I don't know what kind of genre you would classify that as. I just think it's cool. And that's all that I really care about, just as long as it doesn't suck. Remember, the bar's pretty low around here, so it's pretty easy to step over. Or it's pretty high, so it's really easy to get under. Whatever your metaphor you want to use, however you want to mean it, means, yeah, as long as it's cool. Okay. Interval, Edward Thomas.
Gone the wild day, a wilder night. Coming makes way for brief twilight, where the fur-soaked road mounts and is lost in the high beech wood. It shines almost. The beaches keep a stormy rest, breathing deep of wind from the west. The wood is black with a misty steam. Above the cloud pack breaks for one gleam, but the woodman's caught by the ivy trees, awakens not to light or breeze. It smokes aloft, unwavering. It hunches soft under storm's wing. It has no care for gleam or gloom. It stays there while I shall roam, die and forget the hill of trees, the gleam, the wet, this roaring peace.
Well, I know what it means about the brain melting sucks, because I got, let's show that again thing. I got access to my classes on Friday, and my rhetoric teacher is very enthusiastic with working. There's a lot of it, so I know what you mean about brain melting when it comes to your classes. And imagine You're 18 years old. I'm 53. I don't got the energy for it. I don't know. I'm just joking. I know I'll do okay. And you'll do okay too, kiddo. Because we got your back. That was a good one. Too bad I don't like clam chowder. I'm a Pisces. I usually steer away from most waterborne food. Yes, that was nice. Nice and soothing. Beautiful tune. Yes, gentleness in that one. So, yeah. And, all right. We're an hour in and we're about halfway through. So, yeah, this is a good way to start a Monday. So that was interval. So we're back to the redos. And, Epitaph on the World. Henry David Thoreau. And I will refrain from the usual cheesy jokes when it comes to that guy. That one, I like that one. That was cool. Yeah. Lamb chowder. Okay. The best calamari I think I've ever had, I kind of like calamari. Best calamari, it's got to be fresh, was mine. I was on my first ship. We had just got done from deployment and back from leave and stuff. And then they had us go out again to do some stuff. And we ended up doing a port visit in Gloucester, Mass. Love it. Freaking love it. The food. Oh my lord. First time I ever really tried calamari. Because like I said, I shy away. I'm not. It's not that I'm allergic to it. I just, I never much care for it. If I eat fish, I like it fresh caught from the pond. I don't like the real pungent, but I definitely don't like clam chowder. But fun fact: during that weekend, the color guard, the honor guard from my ship, went to Boston, and they did the colors at the Red Sox game. I didn't go. I should have went. That was one of the things I should have went, but I didn't go. But I heard about it later. Now, if you watch the movie Fever Pitch, you'll see some of my shipmates. Okay, because they were filming that scene at opening day. That opening day scene was actually filmed in September in 04. It was 04. Yeah, because that is a good movie. I liked it. It's a cute movie. But yeah, right there at the beginning, well, whenever opening day is, when they show them after the little kid sings the Star Spangled Banner, and then Stephen King throws out the ball, and they do the colors and everything. Yeah, it's my shipmates. Yep. Yeah, good movie. First time I had shrimp, I almost had a tracheotomy when oh wow. I like shrimp though, especially if they're cooked right. That sucks. So yeah, one of my sea stories. All right. Okay, so that was Epitaph. That was a redo. I really like the Alice in Chains vibe to that one. Okay, now we are on. Ooh, Love Is Not All. Edna St. Vincent Millay. We love her. We love her around here. All right, here we go.
Love is not all, it is not meat nor drink, nor slumber nor a roof against the rain, nor yet a floating spar to men that sink and rise and sink and rise and sink again. Love cannot fill the thickened lung with breath, nor clean the blood, nor set the fractured bone. Yet many a man is making friends with death, even as I speak, for lack of love alone. It well may be that in a difficult hour, pinned down by pain and longing for release, or nagged by one past resolution's power, I might be driven to sell your love for peace, or trade the memory of this night for food. It well may be, I do not think I would. It well may be that in a difficult hour, pinned down by pain for peace.
Yeah, we love Edna around here. Of course, the first time I ever ran into her was not actually not her poetry. There's this book called Bobbed Hair and Bathtub Gin, and it's about Edna St. Vincent Millay, Dorothy Parker, Zelda Fitzgerald, and I think one other female 1920s writer. And it's subtitled "Writers Behaving Badly in the 1920s or Prohibition Era" or something like that. Yep. Cool. Breakfast is always good. Which reminds me, the half of my breakfast is still in there. I didn't eat all of it yet. Oh boy. Okay. That was cool. Oh, y'all thought it was cool. Okay, so that was that one. All right, let's see what we got in here, because we're going to run out of redos before we run out of reviews. So let's go ahead and do another review. This is Perhaps by Vera Britton.
Perhaps someday the sun will shine again, and I shall see that still the skies are blue, and feel once more I do not live in vain, although bereft of you. Perhaps the golden meadows at my feet will make the sunny hours of spring seem gay, and I shall find the white May blossom sweet, though you have passed away. was my heart for loss of you was broken long ago.
Yes, that was quite lovely. So yeah, we've been all over the place today. Where are we going to be next? Okay, so that was that one. Let's see, there's four left there. Yeah. Oh, cool. So we got 4 left in the review and 5 left in the redo. So yay, cool. That works out. Where this is Elizabeth Bishop. I am in need of music. I forgot what I did on this one. No.
I am in need of music that would flow over my fretful feeling fingertips, over my bitter, tainted, trembling lips, with melody deep, clear, and liquid, slow, for the healing swaying, old and low, of some song sung to rest the tired dead, a song to fall like water on my head, and over quivering limbs, dream flushed to glow. There is a magic made by melody, a spell of rest and quiet breath and cool heart that sinks through fading colors deep to the soul-baked stillness of the sea, and floats forever in a moon-green pool, held in the arms of rhythm and of sleep.
Yeah, nice and jazzy. I like it. So yeah. All right, so here we are. I guess we're going to play some more because what can you say after that? That was cool. And yeah, okay, so that one there. Now we're going back here. Ooh, this is another Thoreauan. Salmon Brook.
La 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 la. Panchuk, Penichuk, yes, sweet waters of my brain. When shall I look or cast the hook in your waves again? Silver eels, wooden creels, these the baits that still allure, and dragonfly that floated by, may they still endure. and cruise. These the baits that still allure, and dragonfly that floated by, may they still endure.
Yeah, that might be another. It could be a but that is a good image, and I like the way in the coda section, they start speeding up tempo and tempo and tempo. It makes it that whimsical feeling to it. Yes, definitely one of the things that that ending section and definitely the Sinatra sounding voice was the one that made that stand. It is just cool. We had a lot of cool ones this past couple weeks. I guess is good when I don't know. I love it. All right, so that was that one. All right, now we are okay. Wait a bit, my dumbass has the same track. Oh no. Oh, no, I'm just being dumb. Oh, yeah. Okay, there. Salmon Brook. And then here. I don't know what I was thinking. So pay no attention to me. Here. This is where we're supposed to be. Right here. All right.
Look to this day, for it is life, the very life of life. In its brief course lie all the verities and realities of your existence. The bliss of growth, the glory of action, the splendor of achievement are but experiences of time. For yesterday is but a dream, and tomorrow is only a vision. And today well lived makes yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Look well, therefore, to this day, such is the salutation to the ever new dawn. Ah, ah, ah. Enverless of growth, the glory of action, the splendor of achievement are but experiences of time. Oh, for yesterday is but a dream, and tomorrow is only a vision. Today well lived makes yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Look well, therefore, to this day, such is the salutation to the ever new dawn.
Okay, I didn't think that was supposed to cut us off like that. Okay, I have to go back and investigate that one. But yes, that was cool. Yeah. Getting those biscuits burnt or the bagel is not good. Like the store where I get my breakfast most mornings. Yeah, I love the girl who's working there and everything. You're really pretty. But yeah, she burnt the biscuit morning, and oh well. I didn't discover it until I got home. Yeah, scrape off. Yes, definite Broadway. All right, where were we? We are in. Okay, that was Look to This Day. Now we are going here because that's Brooke. Ooh, Sonnet. This is a Shelley. Lift Not to Painted Veil. Here we go.
Not the painted veil which those who live call life, though unreal shapes be pictured there, and it but mimic all we would believe, with colors idly spread behind. Lurk fear and hope, twin destinies, whoever weave their shadows o'er the chasm, sightless and drear. I knew one who had lifted it, he sought, for his lost heart was tender things to love, but found them not lost, nor was many he did move, a splendor among shadows, a bright blot upon this gloomy scene, a spirit that strove for truth, and like the preacher found it not.
Yeah, it's tracks like that. That was just one Suno did. You know, I like it. You know, it's too early in the morning. But I say that all the time because it's the truth. Too early in the morning. Okay, so the sonnet. Okay, so we got a couple more there. We can go back to here. All right, My Lady's Grave. This is Emily Bronte, a remix. This one's 5 minutes long, so.
Her form retain, they thought their hearts could ne'er recall the light of joy again. They thought the tide of grief would flow unchecked through future years, but where is all their anguish now, and pleasure's shade pursue the dweller in the land of death is changed and careless too. And if their eyes should watch and weep till sorrow's source were dry, she would not in her tranquil sleep return a
actually. All right, if there's anyone from Hollywood out there that wants to buy it from me, we'll talk. Oh yeah, but that is what was it? Desert Rock. That was actually suggested for that one by Pizza. So, and it turned into that. There's I hear Kelton there, definitely from the Scott. Yeah, and then there's yeah. And it just, again, it's one of those that kind of reaches down in there in that primal. So it's the drums, the percussion. It reaches to that primal part of your soul. So makes you just want to either jump around and dance or get in battle formation and go screw somebody up. Oh, yeah, the power of music. Oh, this was one of the standout ones this week. Ooh, get ready, some more dance music, EDM, electronic dance, The Crocodile, Lewis Carroll.
How doth the little crocodile improve his shining tail and pour the waters of the Nile on every golden scale? How cheerfully he seems to grin, how neatly spreads his claws and welcomes little fishes in with gently smiling jaws. Doth the little crocodile improve his shining tail and pour the waters of the Nile on every golden scale? How cheerfully he seems to grin, how neatly spreads his claws and welcomes little fishes in with gently smiling jaws. Gently smiling jaws. Smiling jaws.
All right. You know the scene in Suicide Squad, the first one, where, Jared Leto's the worst Joker ever, where Joker and Harley Quinn were there inside the club, and they ended up the black gangsters were in there. That would have been there because the dude was coming in. Some scene like that. That would be perfect because of the, big bad guy and the little fish coming in. Who's the fish and who's the crocodile? Oh. But yeah, maybe back to the music part. I can see that one too. But yeah, in a club, you know, that song is playing in the background. All the dancers down there in a club, unsuspecting, while the ne'er-do-well doing stuff, or the bad stuff's going on. All right, where are we at now? Okay, we're actually honing in on the last couple here. This one's also, I think this is also another desert rock inspired one. Ode, The Last Campaign by Amelia Opie. We only got two more from her. Or this one and another one from her. All right, let's go. Yeah, this one. It's suggested by people.
Spring, thy impatience bloom restrain, nor wake so soon thy genial power. For deeds of death must hail thy reign, and clouds of fate around thee low. Alas, not all thy store of charms for patriot hearts can comfort find, or lull to peace the dread alarms which rack the friends of humankind. In vain thy balmy breath to me sends with its sweets the evening gale. In vain the violet's charms I see, or fondly mark thy primrose pale. To me thy softest zephyrs breathe of sorrow, soul distracting tone. To me thy most attractive wreath seems tinged with human blood alone. Arrest thy steps, thou source of love, thou genial friend of joy and life. Let not thy smile propitious prove to works of carnage, scenes of strife. Bid winter all his frowns recall, and back his icy footsteps trace. Again the soil in frost enthrall, and check the war fiend's murderous chase. A fruitless prayer thy hand divine must on the teeming season lead, and contrast dire war's red shrine must bid unnumbered victims bleed. But not in vain if on this hour fate of freedom shall depend. If o'er this earth eternal power the scale of justice now extend.
Joe. How you doing? Yeah. Don't have a good one. You know, I've only got a couple left. So yeah, you got here at the ass end of the show, but there's this was a good one. Some good ones. Have a good one and best beat that toaster. Yeah. Yeah, I think we got two more. And we've been on it. Wow, it's been almost 2 hours. Hi and bye. Yeah, have a good one, Matt. All right, so let me see. Yeah, here. Yeah, it's Monday. Okay, yes, we have the last one. All right. This is a short one. So yes, we have two more. There's a short one. When I Have Fears, John Keats. Yeah, it's like 152. I wonder why I wasn't playing. Oh yeah.
When I have fears that I may cease to be, before my pen has gleaned my teeming brain, before high-piled books in charactery hold like rich goners the full ripened grain. When I behold upon the night-starred face huge cloudy symbols of a high romance, and think that I may never live to trace their shadows with the magic hand of chance. And when I feel, fair creature of an hour, that I shall never look upon thee more, never have relish in the fairy power of unreflecting love, then on the shore of the wide world I stand alone and think, till love and fame to nothingness do sink.
That was pretty cool. Now I remember why it was so short. But, yes. I was wondering where you were, but I figured you were doing something. As long as you're being productive. There's always the replay. Yeah, real life stuff. Yeah, it's going to start on Friday for me. Oh boy. I'm going to enjoy my last couple days of idleness. So yeah, we're on our last track for the day. So here I got to do this here. Oh, wrong thing. Hit the wrong button. Yeah, needs must. Got to do this right here. Got to remind everybody. Yeah, we do here fair use, low bar, cool. See YouTube, I'm just doing this stuff like I'm supposed to. It doesn't mean any good because we're still at 451. But have an awesome day, my friends. Because, being productive. So, yeah, I highly recommend going back because this is the stuff I was supposed to play on Friday, and it's all cool. Yes, instead of a no-suck Friday, it's a no-suck Monday, at least as far as the show goes. All right, here's the last one. This is a redo. Another Amelia Opie poem called Yea, Marianne. I think this is a bluegrass. I think.
charms of Henry's eyes I see. But while I gaze, I something want. I want those eyes to gaze on me. And I allow in Henry's heart not envy, self, or fault can see. Yet still I must one wish impart. I wish that heart to sigh for me. Yes, Marianne, I freely grant the charms of Henry's eyes I see. But while I gaze, I something want. I want those eyes to gaze on me. And I allow in Henry's heart not envy, self, or fault can see. Yet still I must one wish impart. I wish that heart to sigh for me.
Wow. Last 15 seconds of that were silent. Yeah. Cool. So, if you want to put any links in, go ahead. I don't care. You're modded up, so you can do it. So, what do you think of the show today, my friends? It says here, so. Or the replay fellas or whatever, let me know. I'm definitely going to be putting a private up here probably right after I get done as a short. I know Indigo wanted that. So yeah. So that's about it. Great show today. I'm glad y'all showed up. Glad y'all stuck around. I hope it was entertaining. We went from all over the place. Yeah. No Suck Monday. Too bad pizza wasn't here. I'm glad. I have to tell him. He needs to watch it. Because, I don't know. So tomorrow, same time, same channel. 6 poets, 6 poems, 12 tracks. Here's Joe's link tree. If y'all want to help our bananas out. No worries. Y'all have a good one. It's a Monday, and I think I'm probably going to productive Monday. I'm jealous. Yeah, 2 hours. So yeah, so we'll probably do another of these next week. This Friday, The Man from Snowy River, and I'll just play a few. So yeah, so regular shows for the next couple days, and then we'll play some and do the Snowy Man from Snowy River because classes start promptly at 9 a.m. for me on Friday, 22nd of August of the year of our Lord of the Common Era, 2020. But for all we know, it's to some people it's what did I say? It's 48 ASW. It's the 48th year after Star Wars. That just shows you how relative it is. Oh, that's my new timeline. 48 ASW after Star Wars. All right. I'll see y'all out in the chats because, yeah, I don't have to go anywhere or do anything today. Oh, yeah. All right.